Twinkle TV.
The Fox and a Crane. Once in a jungle, there lived a fox. A crane was his best friend. One day, the fox invited the crane to dinner. The crane came, hoping to feast on some delicious dish. The fox placed 2 shallow dishes containing delicious soup on the ground. "Come, my friend," said the fox, "and have a hearty meal." And he started lapping the soup greedily with his tongue. The crane kept quiet. He could only dip the tip of his long beak in the soup and could hardly have a taste of it. The crane felt insulted but stayed calm. He said, "You have been very kind to me today. Would you please come to my house tomorrow and dine with me?" The fox agreed readily. Next day, the fox arrived promptly at the time that had been set, and the stork served a fish dinner, but it was served in a tall jar with a very narrow neck. "Come on, my friend," said the crane, "and have a hearty meal." The stork easily got at the food with his long bill. But all the fox could do was to lick the outside of the jar. Moral: as you sow, so shall you reap. Mercury and the woodcutter. There once lived a woodcutter. He earned his living by cutting wood from the nearby forest and selling it in the market. One day, he was cutting down a tree on the bank of the river. While he was cutting, his axe slipped out of his hands and fell into the river. The woodcutter looked on helplessly as his axe got submerged into the water. He was very poor and was not in a position to purchase another one. So he began to weep and cry at the loss of it. Mercury, the god of the river, heard his cry and appeared before him. asked, "Who are you? And why are you crying, my friend?" The woodcutter replied, "I am a poor woodcutter, and I had only one axe which I used to cut wood and earn my living. Today, as I was cutting down a tree, my axe slipped and fell into the river and got lost. Now how would I earn my living? This is the reason why I'm crying, my lord. Don't you worry, my friend," said the god. He at once jumped into the water and came out with a golden axe. "Here, my friend, is your axe. Take it." "No, that's not mine." Saying this, the woodcutter refused to take the golden axe. Then again, God dived into the water. This time, he brought out a silver axe. Again, the woodcutter said that it was not his. "My axe is an ordinary one made out of iron," said the woodcutter. Mercury dived into the water the third time and appeared with an iron axe and said, "Is this yours?" "That is my axe," shouted the woodcutter out of joy. The god was very pleased and said, "Ah, you have won me over with your honesty, my friend. I would like to give you something as a token of my appreciation." The god gave him all the 3 axes. The woodcutter was overjoyed and went home thanking the god. Moral: honesty is the best policy.